Six are the units: institution of higher learning and education in ancient India, evolution of higher learning and research in post-independence India, oriental, conventional and non-conventional learning programs in India, professional, technical and skill-based education, value education and environmental education, policies, governments and administration. So, to introduce, I start with foundation by Barack Obama. Higher education cannot be a luxury reserved just for a privileged few. It is an economic necessity for every family, and every family should be able to afford it. So, you can say higher education civilizes and enlightens by increasing awareness, expanding horizons, broadening understanding, sharpening perceptions, and increasing sensitivity. It also plays, you can say, a vital role in improving economic growth, becoming self reliant in the scientific and technological expertise, development, and mobilization of human resources, etc. So, in the World Declaration on higher education was described as all types of studies, training, or training for research at the post-secondary level provided by universities or other educational establishment that are approved as institution of higher education by the competent state authorities. After US and China, India has one of the largest education system in the world with millions of students and numerous educational institutes. But one of the biggest challenges being faced by the Indian education system is the problem of unemployed graduates. You can say this signifies that there is need for quality education. Here I have written the educational system. It has different levels, namely pre-primary, primary, secondary, and tertiary. The school level comprises four stages. Pre-primary, that is prior to class 1, that we call right now the Anganwadi stage. Primary or elementary education, that from class 1 to 8. Secondary education, class 8 to 12. Tertiary level, that is after 12, includes, you can say, higher education, vocational education, etc. The primary and secondary education comes under the purview of the central and state school education boards. Higher education and vocational education are provided by the universities and colleges. The different level of higher educations are bachelor degree, that was earlier 3 to 5 years, master's degree 2 to 3 years, and PhD 3 to 9 years. There are also some integrated courses for bachelor's and master programs. Other than degree course were diploma courses, short-term courses, certificate programs, and so on. So that was earlier strategy before NEP 2020 emerges. So as we ancient learning sector. So in ancient times, India is considered as the center of learning as an education system. You can say promoted all around development like physical, intellectual, spiritual, development, and on, regulating both inner and outer selves for the holistic development of a person. The main values calculated in the disciples of becoming self-reliant, staying disciplined, respecting everyone, practicing truthfulness, etc. So, we will focus on Buddhist education system a bit more, but we will Islamic education tradition also, where residential schools, where students and the teacher lived together. There were also party sets. Party sets means the academics. and sammelans means conferences. We need to remember both the terms. Children also received education from their fathers as they had to inherit their father's occupation. We were talking regarding the girls' education during ancient India. So we have already talked about there were women like Opala, Lopamutra, Vishamvara, Maitreyi, and Gargi who took part in discussion with scholars and philosophers. Now, there are some subjects that are used to taught in Vedic systems and Buddhist systems. In Vedic systems, we can see Vedangas, including phonetics. Phonetics used to call in their term Siksa. Ritualistic knowledge, that is called in their term Kalpa. Grammar, we know Vakarana. Etymology, that is Nirukta. Metrics, that is Chanda. And astronomy, that is we know Jyotisashastra. And like keeping aside those, we have more options like Upanishad, Darsanas like Nine philosophy, Visesika philosophy, Sankhya philosophy, Yoga philosophy, Mimamsa, Vedanta, and others like Purana and Tarkasastra, means logic. In the contrary, in Buddhist system, education system, we can see the religious texts like that is Sutta Pitaka, Vinay Pitaka, and Abhidharma Pitaka. And the works of all the 18 schools of Buddhism, like Hetu Vidya, Sabda Vidya, Chikitsa Vidya, and Vedas for comparative studies. Today we have comparative religious like subdisciplines like comparative religion, comparative literature. So that time in Buddhist system, Veda used to taught as a comparative discipline with Buddhist discipline. So now we will jump to the next unit, that is evolution of higher learning and research in India. So the major development in the Indian education system over the past centuries, you can say are discussed as first one is Charter Act. It was started in 1813. Its objective was spread scientific knowledge, and in 1817 it established the establishment of, you can say, Hindu college in Calcutta. Now it is known like since 2010, it's known as Presidency University. Next one is Episton Report. This is the time is 1823. It's recommended the appointment of district examinations officers, school supervisors, the examinations like the school SI and DM, ADM. Those examinations was recommended by this report. Again, the suggested training for teachers that we call today B.Ed. Uh, then we have Macaula's minutes that we know all the day, that is 1835. It introduced English in Indian education system to remove age education. That's why in recent year one question, one people he sat for the examination of NEET in the age above 60. Okay, so that was introduced by Macaulay minutes. Next, Wood's dispatch. The time is 1854. It is also known as the Magna Carta of English education in India, suggested setting up of three universities at Madras, Bombay, Calcutta in 1857 for spreading, you can say, Western philosophical thoughts. Next, Hunter Commission. The time is 1882. It is known as Indian Education Commission. It's fragmented education into primary and higher education. It suggested that universities should also manage affiliated colleges. Like that time, as we have autonomous colleges like Ravindra Bharati University and all the central university, but we have affiliated college under Calcutta University and the Delhi University. So this commission has introduced this project or this report. Next, Universities Commission. The time is 1902. Lord Curzon appointed the commission under the chairmanship of Sir Thomas Well, its objective was study the condition of universities and recommended measures for improvement. Indian University Act, that is 1904, was based on their recommendations. It recommended strict supervision, you can say, of colleges, introducing affiliation, condition, etc. Now, National Council of Education. The time is 1906. It's set up by Swadeshi nationalist leaders. Its objective was teaching traditions, cultures, morals, along with verbal language. Establishment of National University in Bengal. Uh, Next, Calcutta University Commission. That the time is 1917. It was known as Sattler Commission also. It recommended measures for women's education, increasing autonomy of, you can say, institutes to manage day-to-day affairs. Intermediate education, degree courses to be of 3 years, that usually was before NP 2020. Separations of honors courses from regular courses, that we call pass course and honors. Facilities for trained teachers, setting up of Central Advisory Board of Education. It was established in 1920, that was advisory board, but abolished in 1923. Next, important, that is Hunter Committee. The time is 1929. Its objective, improving the standard of university education. This committee usually suggested establishment of Central Advisory Board of Education again. Like as we have seen, like in the early PPT, we have seen that the this commission, like the Central Advisory Board of Education, it was abolished in 1923. This commission again suggested to re-establish those board of education again. The another important such committees are Sapru Committee. The time is 1934. It was set up by UP government for examining unemployment. It pointed that unemployment was, you can say, due to the faulty education system, which was providing only degrees. Okay, the next was is about Wood report. The time is 1937. This studied that only the problems in the Indian education system, and it recommended the establishment of polytechnics agricultural school for increasing employment. The next one is Zakir Hussain Committee, that is 1937. Uh, this committee recommended free and compulsory education of 7 years for girls and boys of age 7 to 14 years. Which committee? That is Zakir Hussain Committee, that recommended free and compulsory education of 7 years for girls and boys of age 7 to 14 years. Report, that is 1944. This report, known as Central Advisory Board of Education Report, or you can say Post-War Educational Development Report. I'm like saying again, this report known as Central Advisory Board of Education Report or Post-War Educational Developmental Report. Okay, now we will go post-independent India. Uh, in post-independent times, Indian higher education system had experienced immense expansion with the coming up of numerous universities, research institute, technical institute, colleges. Main aim of these institutes is to provide knowledge and access to the higher education. The first and foremost is Dr. Radhakrishnan Committee. The time is 1948. This committee was known as also University Education Commission. This like Radhakrishnan committee that recommended the use of selection procedure, setting limit on number working hours of faculty for colleges and universities. The next one is Dr. Mutali Commission. The time is 1982. This commission, also known as Secondary Education Commission, it recommended the establishment of the multi-purpose schools, 3-year secondary and 4-year higher secondary system, etc. The next one is Kothari Commission. Kothari Commission time is 1964. This Education and National Development Report, also called Education Commission, this recommended common school system, development of programs for free and compulsory education, academic freedom to teachers, use of regional languages, implementation of three language formula, equal access to education, publication of textbook, fixing numbers of seats on the basis of available resources. Next, national curriculum next is National Policy of Education 1968. This emphasized on the need for radical restructure of education system. Next, again we can see another National Policy of Education, that is in 1986. It focused on universal access and enrollment, universal retention of children up to 14 years of the age, and improvements in quality of education. Next, we can see National Curriculum Framework, that is in 2005, Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education 2006. We need to remember these two distinctions. Only National Curriculum Framework, that is 2005, and Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education, that is 2006. And again, one of the committee is Sam Petroda Committee. The time is 2007. But we need to remember that the report of that committee has been submitted in 2009. Submit to the committee established in 2007, but its report has been submitted in 2009. This submit to the committee, also called National Knowledge Commission. It aimed at recommending the framework for equality, access, and equity in higher education. It proposed a need for right to education, decentralization and local autonomy, reform in curriculum, teachers to be aware of use of ICT. Next, National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education 2009. That is, I have already report of the curriculum framework of teacher education and submit to the committee. Again, in 2009, we can get another committee, that is Yaspal committee. The committee to advise on renovation and rejuvenation of, you can say, higher education. The creation of National Commission for Higher Education and Research, that we usually called NCHER, is incorporate academic functions of UGC, AICTE, MCI, BCI, etc. So, formation of National Education Tribunal to resolve disputes between institutions. More financial support to state-funded university by center. Those are recommended by Professor Yispal Committee. Next, we need to we need to read our recent policies, that is NEP 2020. National Education Policy 2020, Ministry of Education on 29th July 2020. It has replaced the existing National Education Policy, that is 1986. It is 4 pillars. Remember 4 pillars, that is access, equity, quality, and accountability. access, equity, quality, and accountability. It aims to achieve 100% youth and adult literacy. So we need to remember first national education policy was formulated in 1968, second 1986, the second amendment was 1992, and third national education policy is NEP 2020. Um, the vision of NEP 2020 envisions can an India-centered education system that directly contributes to the evolution of our nation, entering into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high-quality education and, I quote, thereby making India a global superpower. So the features of NB 2020, we can say here, and I'm also saying once again, quality early childhood care and education for all children between 3 to 6 years through Anganwadis. NCERT to develop national curricular and pedagogical framework for early childhood care and education for kids up to age 8 years. uh, Third one is universal access to schooling from pre-primary level to 12th standard. The most important one is shifting the pedagogical and curricular structure from 10 plus 2 to 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 with different stages, namely foundational stage, that is 3 to 8, preparatory stage, that is 8 to 11, middle stage age, that to 11 to 14, and secondary stage is 14 to 18. So, establishment of national mission on foundational literacy and numeracy. 6% of GDP to be spent on education sector, medium of instruction for up to grade 5 students, preferably to be the mother tongue or regional language. Offering it also offer India art to student at all levels. It is tracking progress of students with examination in grade 3, 5, 8. uh, Again, one of the option, there is one option of improvement, board exams for improving scores. It set up of new platforms, that is performance assessment, review, and analysis of knowledge for holistic development for assessment. The one of the important education system, that is vocational education, to start from 6th grade with internship. uh, the 4-year integrated B.Ed to be the minimum qualification of teaching by 2030. And again, one of the thing is creating academic bank of credit, that we also know as ABC, where the credits earned by student in a higher education institution can be recorded. And undergraduate degree courses to have multiple exist options like award in certificate after 1 year, diploma after 2 year, degree complete and degree after complete term. So graduate now become for 4 year. After that, if someone wants to do masters, then that postgraduate degree has been assigned for 1 year. So its motto that making higher education institution multidisciplinary by 2040, and the college affiliation to be phased out in the next 15 years. And as we recently have learned that NTA UGC NET become compulsory, so common entrance exam for admission in higher education institute to be conducted by NTA. and it enhances the use of technology in learning, assessment, planning, and administration through an you can say autonomous body named Educational Technology Forum. It has established National Research Foundation. It's set up of Higher Education Commission of India that we known as HECI, and promoting open and distance learning. So this is all about NEP 2020. Now, yes. Now we will go to the structure of institution of higher education, the next phase of our unit. So, structure of institution of higher education for policy making, we have central government and state government. So, if we talk about central government, then the central government formulates the national policy on education. The Ministry of Human Resources, Resource Development has Department for School Education and Higher Education. The central government and UGC work together and coordinate activities for the promotion of higher education. There are central universities and other institutes of eminent status. And for state government, we can say the state government also work for the promotion of school and higher education. State councils and advisory board have been established in states, which uh, again coordinate the activities of the government, apex bodies, and universities. Next is regulation. Regulation bodies, we can see UGC, AICT, CSIR, ICAR, ICMR, and ICSSR. Let's talk about those bodies one by one. UGC means UGC stands for University Grant Commission. It was set up on 28 December 1953 and become a statutory body in 1956. So it was established in 28 December 1953 and became a statutory body in 1956. The main functions of UGC, it coordinates, determinates, and maintains of standard across universities. It also disburses the fund for grants, scholarships, etc. Next, we can talk regarding uh, AICT. It stands for All India Council for Technical Education. All India Council for Technical Education. It was established in 1945 as an advisory body. Later, it received the status of statutory body. Now, it works as a statutory body and a national level council for technical education. It is headquartered in New Delhi. The 10 regional offices of AICT are located at Bangalore, Bhopal, Chandigarh, Chennai, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Kanpur, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Thiruvananthapuram. Its approval is required for establishing new technical institutions, introducing new technical courses, etc. Next one is CSIR. That is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. Council of Scientific and Industrial Research is an apex body for industrial and scientific research in India. It was established in 1942. The main office of CSIR is in New Delhi. It also conducts CSIR NET exam. And next one is ICAR. It is Indian Council for Agricultural Research. It is an autonomous body working under the Department of Agricultural Research and Education. Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India. ICAR was earlier known as Imperial Council of Agricultural Research. It functions as the regulator of agricultural education and research in India. Next, ICMR. It stands for Indian Council of Medical Research. It's set up in 1911 as the Indian Research Fund Association. It was redesigned, you can say, as ICMR in 1949. Its main office in New Delhi. It is the apex body of biomedical research in India. The last one is ICSSR. This is Indian Council of Social Science Research. For the research, we take fund. This body sponsored many seminars, conferences on research based. Obviously, it provides, as I have already said, it maintains developed grants for social science research. Such fellowships and funds are outside the scope of UGC. It sponsors various research projects for awarding PhD degrees. Uh, in earlier stages, there was MPhil also, but that has been dismissed. So it is only for now PhD. ICSSR has 6 regional centers, of which Chandigarh, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, New Delhi, and Shillong. I'm repeating. 6 regional centers for ICSSR: Chandigarh, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, New Delhi, and Shillong. And next one is accreditation. That is NAC and NBA. NAC was established in 1994 as an independent body. It aims at maintaining the quality of higher education. NAC evaluates the central, state, private, and deemed to be universities, along with the institutions of national importance, affiliated, and autonomous colleges. An institute, you can say, is eligible for accreditation by NAC only after being in the operation of 6 years or after having 2 rounds of graduation, whichever earlier. So, NAC evaluates the institutes on the basis of 7 factors, which are those: curricular aspect, teaching, learning, and evaluation, research, consultancy, and extension, infrastructure, and learning resources, student report and progression, governance, leadership and management, and innovation and best practices. On the basis of their performance, institutes received grades A, B, C, D, and CGPA. So, autonomous status and special grants are then issued on the basis of performance. Next one is NBA. This was established in 1994 for accreditation of the technical programs. In January 2010, NBA became an uh, independent body. The accreditation process starts with a self-assessment report in which institutes have to report on the basis of vision, mission, and program educational objectives, program outcomes, program curriculum, student performance, faculty contribution, and faculties and technical support, academic support units, obviously, and teaching learning processes. This was about NPA. Now, we need to, as per the census of 2018, we have central universities, 49, state universities 393, the count of deemed to be universities is 125, private universities 325, and total 892. Try to remember this is based on 2018. Next unit is Oriental, Conventional, and Non-Conventional Learning Program in India. Oriental learning programs, the field of these courses based on the study of Eastern society, culture, language, history, people, etc. So, Asian studies, Middle Eastern studies, Islamic studies, sinology are fields of Oriental learning. Bachelor's and master's programs on the above subjects can be classified as Oriental learning programs. So, uh, Ethnology, the study of Indian history, literature, philosophy, and culture, and sinology is the study of Chinese language, history, customs, and politics. Next one is conventional learning programs. These are the traditional programs such as the regular degree and diploma courses. Conventional learning involves the learning inside a classroom setup. It does not make us use of modern technology in learning. That we can say teacher-centric classroom, for example. And non-conventional is, as the name suggests itself, these programs involve the use of modern technology. With the development of technology, students now have the option to enroll in online courses also, that we are right now in, where they can learn from videos and handouts available online. Certificates can also be generated upon the completion of the course. Different degree like diploma, certificate courses available in M, MOOC from can be categorized as non-conventional learning programs. Next one is formal education and distance education. Formal education, you can say, refers to the classroom teaching that is connected, update to conventional learning programs, where face-to-face interactions take place between the teacher and student. The teacher can make use of lecture, presentation, slides, poster models, etc. to illustrate the content. It can be teacher centered or student centered depending upon the techniques, strategies, and aids used by the teacher. For formal education, students have to visit a school, college, or university every day for classes. The formal education involves 14 to 16 years of schooling, from pre nursery to class 12. The student can then enroll in a degree or diploma course for his choice. After graduation, the student can enroll for post graduation, which can be followed by PhD enrollment. The merit of this education, a student can ask questions during the class to clarify their doubts. Different techniques can be used by the teacher to gain the interest of student and make learning interesting. There is a sense of completion in classroom teaching, which encourages students to learn and perform better. It has some demerits also, like students have to go by the pace of the class and attempt paper as per the schedule. Classroom teaching cannot be adjusted according to the individual needs of the student. And here lies the demand of distance education. Or we can say it open education here. Student need not to be in direct contact with the teacher or with each other. There is flexibility in learning. Students have to enroll for a course and they will be provided the study material covered in, you can say, textbook, videos, audios, etc. They can cover the study material at their own speed. Such a mode of study is very beneficial for the working class, housewives, and other person who cannot attend classes regularly. In distant mode, students have the choice to skip an exam which they can appear for in the next time. So it has some merit also. Student can cover the course as per their own timings. They have choice regarding exam as well. There is flexibility in learning. That is the most important thing. And the demerits. Student may feel it difficult to cover the course within the time. It will be difficult to complete the course if they lack determination. Students have to maintain their interest in the study by themselves, which is very difficult. In classroom teaching, doubts can be clarified in the class by the teacher. In the absence of the teacher, the student uh, may not, you can say, uh, be able to clarify doubts. There will not be competition among students as they will not get to meet each other. These are the formal education and distance education, but many initiatives have been taken to facilitate open and distance learning. That include open universities like IGNU, state open universities, distant education institute of universities. There are online initiatives where massive open online courses, MOOCs, MOOC, is taught through Udacity and Coursera. Some other few initiatives, let's talk about that. First one is Sodh Suddhi, a plagiarism detection software used by InflipNet, launched by MHRD Minister Sri Ramesh Pokhriyal Nisank. It will help in enhancing the quality of research outcome by preventing the duplicity and ensuring the authenticity of ideas and research work. In the beginning, only 1,000 universities, institutions like central universities, centrally funded technical institutions, state public universities, deemed universities, private universities, we can say inter-university centers and institutes of national importance have been provided access to this software. Next one is very well known, that is SWAM. It stands for Study Webs of Active Learning. Study Webs of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Minds. It is a MOOC-based initiative by Indian government where courses from prestigious institutes are available online. Students can enroll in these courses free of cost. Next, GAN. It is Global Initiative for Academic Network. Global Initiative for Academic Network. It is an academic network which will help in delivering lectures by distinguished professors and experts through online mode. It is envisaged to augment, you can say, the resources and increase scientific and technological capacity. The next one is very much well known for us, that is NTA. The government has established a new organization, National Testing Agency, in 2018. It is a platform for conducting online tests for UGC NET, NEET, JEE, etc. Now the government has linked NTA with SWAM, and tests for the online courses will be conducted on NTA and certificates will be generated for candidates who clear the test. Uh, there are some more initiatives known as Campus Connect. It aims at generating quality content as well as, you can say, providing connectivity to the institutes to access it under the National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology Scheme. Next one is National E-Library. It is a project under the Ministry of Human Resource Development and aims at integrating digital libraries into one portal which will be accessible free of cost. It is a repository of million of books. Next one is vocational courses. That is also very well known in today's world. Such courses aim at teaching skills to students which prepare them for employment. Such courses help in fulfilling the aims of the government by skill development. This will help India in, you can say, it will give benefits of the demographic dividend. Last one is PMKVY, the Pradhan Mantri Kausal Vikas Yojana. The Pradhan Mantri Kausal Vikas Yojana aims at skill development among youth, which will increase their employability. Student can start some business on their own after attending such courses. It involves a wide variety of courses ranking from cosmetology, tailoring courses, banking to courses from providing basic computer knowledge, GST assistant, etc. So, as we have talked about those things, let's briefly discuss the professional, technical, and skill-based education. Professional education, we all know that does do not provide technical education. The focus is on theory as well as practical. Examples like medical courses, teaching courses, linguistic courses, agricultural studies. This comes under professional education. Technical education, what? These courses emphasize on technical knowledge about the machines, equipment, and gadgets, like pharmaceutical education, management studies, engineering. Those are and skill based. Skill based education is very important in NEP 2020. Like in your disciplinary curriculum, you can see that value based education and skill based education there. So their result is skill development. They are emphasized on concrete learning and practical work. Examples like certificate courses, diploma on cosmetology, dress designing, computer operation, fashion designing, website development, etc. So now we will go to the almost like end of this unit, that is value education and environmental education. India's present day education system prepares students for good grades, a job, or a profession, but it does not emphasize on teaching values and you can say morals to deal with real life situations. For example, most of the student will be able to write a good essay on cleanliness, but there will be a very few who will be practicing it in their life. Here, the reason is lack of values. If we look at the data on depression and suicides, the numbers are very disappointing. Depression rates among student, professionals, and the educated class are very high. It is basically because our education system does not prepare us to deal with life, society, relationships, set goals and achieve them, etc. So, values are the guiding principles, ideals, or standards which can be used as reference point in decision making. Value education focuses, you can say, on development, critical thinking, courage, commitment, determination, so that we can differentiate between what is actually important and what is not. So the result of value education will be society with citizens of sound character. Uh, they will know what is valuable for them. Once they're clear about it, they will be able to channel their energy towards it. So this will surely lead to prosperity. So value education teaches a person to be more positive. So values can be classified as acquired values and innate values. Acquired values are learned for experience, where innate values are values present an individual from birth. So values are incalculated and affected by the socialization, moral judgment, confidence, knowledge, empathy, etc. So, if we talk about role in of teacher in value education, the teacher should act as a facilitator and an agent to inculcate good values in students. The teacher should appreciate student for good behavior, and also should encourage bad behavior of student, like should not encourage bad behavior of student. uh, if a teacher ignores the unreasonable behavior of student, then it will work as encouragement for such behavior. So the good moral values beliefs uh, should be taught to student practically. Teacher should also have a good moral character as student imitate the behavior of teachers and adapt to it easily. So the teacher should try to develop an environment of equality, love, trust, cooperation, etc. So teachers should not discriminate student on the basis of their caste, creed, or religion, as we have seen this kind of discrimination in Vedic system. The age limit was also like different from, and that was based on caste. So teachers should try to keep ourselves and student updated about the latest development and issues. They should be aware about the causes and effect of the socio-economic, political, and environmental issues. So for values, we need to focus on personal values, family values, socio-cultural, moral, ethical, aesthetic, spiritual, material, pragmatic, this kind of values. Okay, personal values, kind of sometimes this can be awkward, sometimes it can be innate, like we are, like as we are growing up in our family first, so we have some innate value that is we get from our parents and our other relatives, and when we go out of our home, then we acquire some moral values. So that is interlinked, and it has distinct values of each one. So, before talking about this government body, let's talk a little about environmental education. Environmental education is also as important as other forms of education. It makes students aware of environmental issues and their causes and effects. That's why we heard in today's scenario that if the student they can hear some initiatives has been taken to cut the forest, they go there and they start protesting. So student for this student will also come to know about the remedial measures for you can say resolving these issues. It will help in preparing responsible citizens for tomorrow. So these are all about values. Next, talk about the government body. The first one is about president. The president is the first citizens of India and is the head of the Indian state. The president is not elected directly by the citizens, but he is elected by the elected members of both the houses of parliament, state legislative assemblies of UT Delhi and Pondicherry. The qualifications of a president, he should be a citizens of India. The minimum age limit is 35 years. There is no age limit, so the person should be age 35 years or more. He should be qualified to be an elected member of Lok Sabha. In other words, must be a registered voter in a parliamentary constituency. He should not hold any office of profit. Now, talk about vice president. The second highest office in India is of vice president. The vice president is also not elected directly by the citizens, but he is elected by the elected and nominated members of both the houses of parliament. So He should be a citizen of India. Again, the any minimum age limit is same 35 years. There is no upper age limit, so the person should be of age 35 years or more. So it should be qualified to be an elected member of the Rajya Sabha. So the like different is the first one is of Lok Sabha, and the second one is Rajya Sabha. And next is prime minister. The prime minister is the de facto, means real executive, while president is you can call de jure, means nominal executive. Article 75 states that the president appoints the prime minister. Usually the president appoints the leader of the majority party as prime minister. However, if no party has majority, then leader of the largest party, or you can say coalition, can be appointed, or the president can exercise his discretion. A person can be appointed prime minister even if he does not have majority in the Lok Sabha, but he has to prove his majority within 6 months. A person also is not a member of any of the houses of the parliament can be appointed as prime minister, but again he has to become a member of the parliament within 6 months. So, the power of prime minister we need to discuss. It recommends minister to the president. He allocates and reshuffles portfolios. He guides, controls, and coordinates the minister. And the last one is Council of Ministers. The Council of Ministers is headed by the Prime Minister. The President acts on the basis of advice rendered to him by the Prime Minister, and his Council of Ministers. This advice is not questionable in court. It is appointed by the president as per the recommendations made by the prime minister. The president administers oath to the minister. The council of ministers consists of cabinet minister, ministers of state, and deputy ministers. Its strengths, including prime minister, should not be more than uh, 15% of the total strength of the Lok Sabha. A minister cannot continue if he has not been a member of any of the houses of the parliament for 6 months. Ministers who were part of one house can attend and speak in the proceedings of the other house, but they cannot vote. So, before going to the next slide, I just want to talk about one thing. Maybe that is not included, but I think that is important. That is veto power. When bills are passed by the parliament, these are presented to the president for approval. These then become acts. According to Article 111, the president can give his assent, withhold a bill, or return it. However, if the returned bill is passed again by the parliament, then the president has to give his assent to the bill. So, Indian president enjoys only absolute veto, suspensive veto, and pocket veto. So, absolute veto is what? To withhold bill passed by the parliament. Qualified veto is what? It can be overridden by the parliament with a higher majority. And suspensive veto, it can be overdriven by the parliament with a simple majority. And pocket veto, to take no action on a bill passed by the parliament.